Alright gang, welcome to Hansen Speed Shop. Thanks for stopping by today for the Deep Junk Garage Race Car Challenge build-off. I was really excited to hear about this build-off because it's going to be an outlet for me to do a project that I've kind of had in my head for a while. It's going to be super cool. I know you guys are going to dig it. And basically that is, I always kind of think of myself as if I were a real hot rod shop or speed shop, kind of back in the 50s or 60s, sometimes even to the 70s. And if I were that, I would have my own race car. So this is really cool. And I would love to have had a front engine dragster. So we're going to do a Hansen Speed Shop, like kind of full race team. So I've got this 57 Plymouth here from Hot Wheels. And this is going to be my tow vehicle slash push car. And I've got one of these Frank Pedregon dragsters, also from Hot Wheels. I had two of these. This was kind of the more beat up one, so I'm not going to feel too bad about taking it apart and redoing it. And then we're also going to build a cool little trailer to pull behind this car and have a full cool little kind of mid-60s top fuel AA dragster team. So this is going to be really cool. I'm really excited about it. We'll kind of get everything torn apart and laid out, and then we'll go from there. All right, there's my trailer. I went to my local hardware store and got some of this brass, just kind of like a V-bend, and I also got some of this. What size is it? Looks like 3/32 brass square stock, and that is what I'm planning on using to build my dragster trailer. So to kind of give you an idea, I'm going to lay these two rails flat like this. And then we'll have our little dragster, which I'm going to make it the exact width of the car. And then we'll, kind of cut it like about right here. Build a frame under it. And then I've got this piece off of, it was like off a Hot Wheels milk truck. And I might try to modify these fenders for fenders on the trailer. I'll probably cut it up a little bit higher and then, cut it shorter. So those hopefully will work pretty good for trailer fenders. I'll have to make an axle. I'm not sure what wheels I'm going to use on here, but they'll probably match whatever's on the push car. And the wheels that are on the push car right now are not the ones that I'm going to be using. So I'll crack this thing open. So this kind of has like a slotted mag style wheel, which I'm probably not going to be keeping on the final car. The reason why I'm making my own trailer is there are trailers out there, like 1/64 scale car hauling trailers, but none of them have the right look that I'm going for. Most of the trailers that guys were pulling race cars with back in the day were just homemade trailers, and I wanted a real skinny, simple, kind of looking old school looking trailer. Nobody makes anything like that. Everything's kind of like a modern style trailer. So that's why we're just going to make our own, and it's going to be super cool. Also, we're going to have to do a hitch on the back of the car here. So I'm probably going to, I was just going to take something off like a Matchbox, like a trailer hitch off a Matchbox, and then kind of graft it onto the bumper of this car. I think that might look kind of cheesy, so I'm just going to make a custom hitch. I think it'll look a lot better. And then this comes off of here, a little plastic cover on there from Hot Wheels. So you do have a really nice front engine rail dragster, mid-60s style. So again, I'm going to get these things drilled apart now and probably stripped. This dragster, I just did one on a video on my Hot Rod Herman double car build. Pretty similar, so I kind of know what to expect with that. I've done one of these 58 Plymouths in the past, but we're going to be doing different stuff with this dragster and with the Plymouth than what I've done in the past with them. So I'll get them torn apart, stripped, and then we'll go from there. Okay guys, so I got the cars, the dragster and our 57 Plymouth torn apart and stripped. Also started work on my little trailer, and I'll get to that in a minute. So here's a look at what we have with the dragster. You have the main body, kind of our base, our seat, the rear axle and wheels, top of the body, engine, and then our front axle, radius rods, and steering arm, and then our little windshield right here. And then this screw I think holds the engine in. So that's our dragster. Then for the body of the car, I got that all nicely stripped. Just chrome base, obviously. This super dark tinted windshield and rear window, and then our black plastic interior. These are the wheels I'm going to be running on the car and the trailer. These chrome Hot Wheels steel wheels, just black wall tires. For the dragster, I need to paint the body, and then we're going to do some detailing on that with some logos. I'm going to paint the seat and then detail the engine out. The car, we got to paint the body and detail that. I'm going to do some detailing on the interior, detail the chassis. I'm going to make a little push bar up front here. I still need to make the hitch on the back of the car. I was going to lower this car down, just kind of give it some more attitude. But I think for pulling the trailer and just to kind of keep this a little bit more realistic as far as functionality, if this was really a tow car slash push car, we're just going to leave the height stock height. So we got our trailer made up. Turned out really cool. First time I've ever done this. Again, I just made it out of some brass kind of channel, and then underneath I just did 2 braces. It's just going to be an open floor. And then I made the front out of some square stock along with the frame bracing. And then the hitch part's just a little round piece of aluminum tubing. Kind of doubled it up on the front here so the car doesn't roll forward. Made an axle out of aluminum tubing. Then we're running our same kind of wheels. And then I cut those fenders off of that milk truck that I talked about at the beginning of the video, and I kind of re-radiused them a little bit more. And then I did the backing of the fenders. I just cut out the clear blister on like a Hot Wheels or Matchbox, this clear blister. I just cut them, traced the fenders out, cut them out, and then notched it for the axle. That worked out really nice. So we got our cool little custom trailer. That's exactly kind of the look I was going for. Just nice, simple, kind of basic, old school looking trailer. It's going to look really good behind this car. So I think the next thing that we're going to do is start working on our 57 Plymouth. Get the interior done, get the chassis done. I got to make the hitch. And then that's kind of what we're going to focus on next. And then we'll move to the actual main car of this build, which is our dragster. And like I said, I'm just going to be kind of waiting. I'm planning on doing the dragster black, and the car is going to be black, and the trailer is going to be black, so all black. I always had a cool idea that if I did have a dragster, I wanted to call it the Tarantula. So I think we're going to call this, we're going to have the dragster be called the Tarantula. And then I'm probably just going to have the car be all black. So once we make a little bit more progress, we'll take another look. Everything's coming along super cool. I think you guys are really going to dig this build. I'm really excited about it. It's kind of a neat challenge that Deep Junk Garage is putting on. Last time we did the challenge with Deep Junk Garage for the shop truck, that turned out really cool. A lot of views, a lot of likes, a lot of good stuff with that one. I don't like to, there's so many challenges out there. I can't really participate in every one of them. Otherwise, all I'd be doing is building stuff for challenges. So I really like to kind of pick and choose which ones I do stuff for. I really liked the theme on this one. Had a nice timeline and not a super strict bunch of rules or anything. So that's why I really liked this build and decided to do this one. So again, we'll make a little bit more progress and then we'll take another look and we'll go from there. Alright, here she is, gang. My final unveil of my 60s AA Dragster race team. And I am just so happy with the turnout on this thing. It is just awesome. It's always been my dream to have a real setup like this. So since I really can't afford that right now, this is as close as I could get. I've had an idea to do something like this for a long time. Tried out some new stuff on this build and it turned out really, really cool. We're going to go over everything that I did, and I hope you guys dig this one. If you do, give it a thumbs up, comment below, let me know what you think. But so I wanted everything to kind of be basically period to the mid 1960s, so somewhere around 64 to 66. I picked out a 57 Plymouth from Hot Wheels to be my tow vehicle / push vehicle. I had to custom make a trailer because nobody made something that kind of was like what I was looking for. And then I detailed out a Hot Wheels dragster to be kind of how my dream dragster would be, called the Tarantula. So we'll get the car unloaded here off the trailer and take a look at the car first. So here's my tow / push vehicle, which is a 57 Plymouth from Hot Wheels. Basically, I did a repaint with a beautiful gloss black paint on here. I used just some Testors spray paint, and it turned out excellent. Super nice shine on this thing. Just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful look on this car. I did a custom push bar on the front of the car. Now all dragsters on the 60s had to be push started. They didn't have the like how they do nowadays, where they have like an actual little handheld starter where they can hook it up to the front of the supercharger and spin the motor over. They didn't have those back in the 60s, so all the cars had to be push started. So I made that push bar out of a piece of plastic. I glued a real piece of mahogany veneer to it and then stained it and cleared it. It turned out really nice looking. We detailed out the headlights on the car. It's running some chrome steely Hot Wheels rear rider wheels. And the interior, just kind of detailed out the steering wheel and a few things on the dash. Detailed out the door handles. I just wanted a really nice, clean, simple car, something that, you know, like you come towing your drag car into the drag strip back in the 60s and people would definitely give you some respect if you came rolling in with a nice, super classy car like this. Taking a look at the back of the car, detailed out the taillights. We had to make a custom hitch for this car, so I'll get the thing flipped over and we'll take a look underneath. I really liked this particular version, the 57 Plymouth. I've had a bunch of these, and just by chance I lucked out and picked this one to use for my tow vehicle. It has this really neat like little shorty side exit exhaust on it, which worked. It looks super cool, and it worked out really nice because I didn't have any interference then for my hitch, so that really was cool. Did the whole chassis out in a satin or a flat black, and then everything else was detailed out gloss black or silver. My hitch was actually just made out of a little piece of brass square stock, and then I bent up a old M2 axle and then glued it to that, and that is my hitch. Just simple, clean, it works, and it looks kind of like a real hitch, so that worked out really nice. And that is my 57 Plymouth that I used for my tow and push car. And next we'll take a look at my custom trailer. Okay, so as you know from watching the video, I made this trailer myself out of brass channel and brass square stock. I had to make my own trailer just because nobody offers a 1/64 scale trailer that looks like a simple old school homemade trailer that everybody that had a race car back in the 50s and 60s, nobody really went out bought a car trailer. You just made your own and fit it to your car. So that's what I had to do here. I made the fenders off of a Hot Wheels milk. It was like a kind of a fantasy casting milk truck. I forget the name, but I modified some fenders off of that. It's got the same matching steely wheels as the tow vehicle. Taking a look underneath the car, it's just an open bottom trailer, which a lot of guys had back in the day. I did some little taillights on the back of the trailer. I did my Hansen Speed Shop logo on the side of the trailer. And it's just like the perfect length for the Dragster. It pulls really nice behind the car, and it has a perfect look that I wanted, and it came out really awesome. Super happy with that. And now we'll move on to the main car of this build, and that is my drag. Alright guys, so as you probably know, if you've been watching my videos for any amount of time, you know that I'm a huge like nostalgic drag racing fan, and always my whole life I've really been interested in and had a huge liking for dragsters from the 60s, 50s and 60s. The old school front engine rail dragsters are just so cool to me. So if I have if I were to be able to have a real race car, that's what I would have. So that's what I chose to do for this build. And I basically built this car to how my real dragster would look. So we started out with a Hot Wheels Frank Pendragon dragster. And then basically I didn't have to do any modifying to the car. Just repainted it and detailed it out like how my real car would be. So again, did the matching gloss black from Testers on the body. Turned out super nice and glossy. That's probably my favorite black to use. Is just the regular Testers model paint spray in a little spray can. If you get a nice new fresh can, shake it up really good, it turns out just beautiful. I don't even use a primer or a clear coat. No runs, no orange peel, no, it just goes on nice, looks excellent, highly recommend it. Then I did my tarantula logo on the side of the car. Detailed out the engine with some flat black headers, orange plug wires. Detailed out the blower belt. I did the blower itself in aluminum colored. And then I did Ingo cams underneath the engine. And then on the top of the cowl, I just did my last name, Hansen. I did the seat out in a satin black. Left the clutch can and like the steering wheel and everything chrome. Left the wheels, the stock wheels. Underneath the car, just gloss black. Taking a look at this side of the car. The steering arm kind of covers up the tarantula on this side of the car, which sucks, but that's just the way the cars were. Detailed out the little linkage up here in silver. Angle cams on this side also. I'm actually building a real blown Chrysler 392, and I'm going to be running an angle cam in that, so I chose to go with that on my on this car. But really happy with this car. It just looks so cool and so mean. It's such an awesome looking car. Really happy with that. So if you guys dig this build, hit that subscribe button. Check out the channel. There's tons more cool videos on the channel. Lots of car and bike culture videos, tons of custom Hot Wheels Matchbox videos, and there's tons more on the way. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Comment below, let me know what you think. Give it a thumbs up if you really dig it. Stick around for some more pictures. I'll do some cool pictures of the cars on my little drag strip diorama here. Otherwise, as always, get out, work on your own projects, get your hands dirty, stay cool, and we'll catch you cats on the next one. Thanks for watching.